To start collecting payments based on the number of hours a gymnast attends a week, we need to input your payment table, classes, and create a payment category onto the system. We do this for you as part of our free service, and this is how we do it. Come over to subscription options and click on payment table. Give the payment table a name and relate cost to time. So in our example here, we'll state that if the gymnast does 1 hour a week, then the cost is £30. 2 hours is £50. 3 hours is £60, and so on. You can have multiple payment tables. For example, one for your recreational gymnasts and one for your squads. Next, we'll set up your classes. Again, come over to subscription options and now select classes. Give the class a name and, if you want, a description. Click here to enter the duration for the class. You'll see your payment tables listed and the times you've set up for each. Select the appropriate time for the class. You can limit the number of people in a class and switch on the option for people to register for a waiting list. This is just one of many ways of managing waiting lists with the system. See our waiting list videos for more options. With your GCM account comes an online registration form, so prospective members can register their interest online. There's a number of ways this can work depending on how your club operates your registration and waiting list process. One of the ways is to have one generic registration form, from which people can select their preferred class. This option here allows you to add this class to that registration form. Here's an example of how that looks. You might not always want to add a class to that form. For example, you wouldn't want prospective members to be able to sign up for a squad, so you have the flexibility to choose what you want to display. Another way is to make each class a standalone option on the registration page. Here is an example of that. When people register, you can select if you want to vet them first before adding them to a class, or have them added automatically. Most clubs will want to vet them first to ensure they've signed up for the right class and invite them along to a taster session. If for next term you operate a first-come, first-served process, then you'll want to display the option for people to register for the new class terms from within their online account. Each class comes with its own form builder. This form is fully customizable and typically has fields like gymnast name, medical conditions, emergency contact information, declarations, or even what skills the gymnast is working on and what badges they're working towards. You can set whether you want people to access this form from within their member's online account. Typically you would select yes, as you want to give people the ability to keep their own records up to date. You can set certain fields to view only and internal use only, to retain control of what people can see and do. If allowing people to register for this class as a standalone option, on the registration page you can set up your welcome email. You can insert fields into the email so it's personalized to the recipient and the content is fully customizable. You can also set which administrators should be CC'd into the welcome email, so they get a heads up when someone new joins. Useful if you have different administrators managing satellite clubs. Once we're done, we can build the form for the class, but as I've got one I prepared earlier, I'm just going to click on Save and Finish and set up the payment category. The payment category calculates how much to charge the gymnast. It does this by looking at each class the gymnast is in and adding up the total number of hours for each class. It then uses the payment table you created to calculate the cost. You set whether the fees you are collecting are for a single payment, for example termly or block of weeks, or a recurring fee. Select which classes should be included when calculating the total number of hours. This is useful if you've got multiple payment tables and you want to create different payment categories for different sections of your membership, and then select which payment table to use. In this case, we've only created the one. If you'd like to give people the option to spread the cost with installments, you can here. You can set how many payments they can spread the cost over and the collection frequency. If collecting monthly fees, You want people to pre-authorize payments to the club, so each time a fee is due, the system can automatically collect and reconcile it. The final step is to set up our email templates. The first is the email people will receive requesting payment. Like the welcome email we saw earlier, it's fully customizable. The second is the overdue payment reminder. You can set how many days after you request payment you want it to go out. Now you're set to collect payments based on the number of hours gymnasts attend, and if gymnasts increase or decrease their hours and you charge monthly, the system will adjust the amount to be collected automatically. To find out how Gymnastics Club Manager can help your club reduce admin, contact us today.